What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Two Drinks and Hip Hop. I am Adair alongside your favorite Puerto Rican,
PompanoJONES.
and we are sipping on some of Cardi's cinnamon cider slushies. They are delicious, and if you want to learn how to make these, click on the link in the description, and we will show you how. But as always, please subscribe to the channel. Click on that bell button for notifications when we drop new videos, which we do every week. Follow all of our social media, Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud, and Twitter at Barhop Records, and go to barhoprecords.com for services and merchandise. Personal social media down below. Reach on out. We'll reach on back.
That's correct.
Now, we got some of these young guys, these younger guys. Well, I say young guys. They're fucking our age.
Yeah.
Whatever.
How old are we?
They're young at their soul. They have the young souls. Yes. But saying some stuff. Now, first, we're going to start with 21 Savage.
Okay.
21 Savage
Mm-hmm.
took to Instagram, actually, but it's a long-ass writing thing, to call out OG rappers. So you OG rappers, listen up.
Listen close.
This is what 21 Savage had to say. Why do so many of these OG rappers judge the new generation? They say we make drug user music like making drug selling music is better. What's the difference? I'm going to pause right there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing this. Thank you.
I'm going to pause right there because I believe that there is a very big difference between drug user music and drug selling music. There can be, depending on how that person presents themselves in their own music. But for the most part, there's a difference, and it's a big one.
It is.
It's a big one because you think of guys, basically pick your poison on who's sold drugs in the past in their music. But I think of a guy. I'll bring up Cider the Prince.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring him up.
Do it.
Now, you will never tell me with a straight face, without lying to me, that you can listen to Cider the Prince, the whole album, and then listen to, let's say, and 21 Savage is really one of the lighter ones in this aspect, so I don't want to say him.
Yeah.
But he's talking, so we'll take him into play. And say that they're talking about the same thing. You can't tell me that.
No, absolutely. I agree. And like I said, I'm glad you stopped the segment for this part. Because, granted, just so we could be correct, obviously the drug dealing and drug users is bad. We obviously get that. That's what everyone's saying. Well, drug dealers ain't any better than drug users. We understand this. Drug users, they're just gonna. A drug dealer's trying to get money. He's trying to get his family out of wherever position he's at and everything like that. Drug users are just ruining their families and putting their families into horrible predicaments and killing themselves. Granted, selling crack isn't a good thing.
No.
Well, selling weed though, whatever. Even with the selling crack, right? You can't you can't stop a drug user unless that drug user wants to stop. So promoting drug using just makes it a lot harder. Not that promoting drug dealing is great. I got to make sure I clarify that, but it's totally different when the drug dealers are always talking about all the other struggles too. It's not just all about selling.
Yeah, because you can talk about, drug dealing, and this is where I think the problem comes into play, where no one actually listens to what anyone is actually saying. Mm-hmm. So it gets grouped together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there is a difference. There is music that promotes drug selling that I would probably, not agree with, but a lot of it is not promoting the selling of it. It's just telling their story.
Yes.
Look,
exactly.
This is what I had to do to basically literally survive.
Yeah.
And why I'm here now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's completely different.
Yeah. Like,
disagree
if
with
you ever hear any of my music and you hear anything about drug referencing, it's talking about shit that I've been through. You're not hearing me telling you I'm about to go buy a fucking $5 million worth of lean and, ruin my liver. You're not going to hear me say that.
I think that's kind of it. It's gotten to that point where people are lost on like what music actually is and what it started as. You know what I mean? Like, and I will admit, I went through that phase with all these, these new age rappers. That's the term I'm going to use for them from now on. New age rappers. because there's young ones and old ones, so that has nothing to do with age.
Yeah.
But these new age guys, I was closed off to, at first, and I didn't want to hear any of it, but I still don't like it. But I'll take a listen. I understand it.
Yeah.
Much more now than I did when it came out.
Yeah.
But let's continue with this. Where are we at here with 21 Savage? So he's basically just said, what's the difference between drug selling and drug using music?
A lot.
What about the fact that rap is the #1 genre of music right now? None of y'all acknowledge that.
Doesn't make sense.
Everyone acknowledges that.
Yeah.
Artists been snorting cocaine and smoking crack since the 70s and 80s. Did y'all forget that?
No.
No, absolutely not.
No.
Instead of judging how about y'all make a change, if the message in the previous generation of rap was so good, why do so many of our parents abandon us for crack? Why are we still killing each other? Don't use us as the scapegoat. Our music is a reflection of what's going on in our community, and all we doing is using our talent to escape that community.
But it's not. It's not, though. You're not using the music to escape the community. And all those people that you said back in the day who who snort coke and smoke crack and whatever, you're absolutely right. Kurt Cobain wasn't out there talking about all the coke he was snorting, and you know what I mean? And making sure kids knew he was doing the coke so they could go and do it. That's the difference.
You might have thrown in some subliminals.
Yeah, but
for
those,
sure.
Yeah, of course, subliminals, but not every single song on an album wasn't, I love cocaine, I'm going to snort some right now, and I'm probably going to die today.
Right.
You guys got to know what the fuck you're talking about. I feel like no one knows anything.
I feel him to an extent on this, but it's still not. It's not 100% spot on.
Mm-mm.
Like you know, what I mean, he kind of just said in a different way what I just said about, community. What the fuck was I talking about? The community. About the communities and how we've lost like what music actually is, because he just said, we're telling our stories or whatever, and we're using it to get out. But that's only your story because you chose to use drugs.
Yeah, and that's what's popular.
You don't need to use drugs. You're using them. You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense. So
if you want to use drugs to make music, by all means. I know this is going to kind of contradict everything I always talk about. Go ahead. I always tell her, I still know people who do drugs. I don't hate nobody. I'm still hanging with them. Just like, you have to know and let people know. Like, if someone asks you, do you do drugs? Yeah, no, I know I'm going to die. Yeah, it's true. You know what I mean? Just the thing about not thinking like drugs aren't like the bad thing. That's what's got to stop.
Yeah. And I was surprised to see someone like T.I. come out and support what 21 Savage said. Now, this is what T.I. had to say at 21 Savage. Lil bro speaking real truth, though. Fact of the matter is there's been good, bad, great, mediocre artists and otherwise in every generation, which is 100% true.
Mm-hmm.
Even ours, 2000s, the founding era, the 80s, the golden era, the 90s, they're not the only generation to make user music either. Can anyone remember a little album called The Chronic or hit records like Sipping on Some Scissor?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is, again, we get that.
Yeah.
It's always been around, but it's the vast majority of it is going in that direction, and that's where we need to slow it down.
Yeah.
Slow it down.
Yeah, and like back then, it wasn't just all drugs. Nowadays, literally every single new rapper, every single one, besides a few like the Russ, you know what I mean, and like I can't think of another one, but like every single thing they're talking about the pills that they're on at the moment. You know, like I said, it's different. Like if you're talking about the shit you did in the past and everything like that, that's different. You know what I mean? But literally just making a song, I pop a perk, pop a perk, pop a perk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It's very hard to explain the difference. You know what I mean? But you can feel the difference just when you listen to it and when you're comprehending what is going into your brain. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, this guy just fucking pops some perks, and he's just sitting there rapping on perks about rapping on perks. Like, what do I need to hear that for?
No, I feel you. And like I said, man, I listen to a lot of these people I'm talking about. I listen to their music. You know what I mean? But it's the problem is that you guys, you new rappers, are getting so fucking offended about it. That's the real problem. Like I said, I listen to 21. I listen to all these drug users, One of my favorite artists, Caskey, he's a big fucking drug user. I love all his music. You know what I mean? That's a little different too. But like when people say it, you guys get offensive. Oh, what about the past? Bruh, nigga, just accept.
Yeah.
You guys are all talking about the same shit. It ain't nothing fucking horrible. I mean, whatever. But get over it.
Don't get me wrong. I do think there's a lot of blame to go or to put on the listener in this subject matter as well.
If you're very influenced in a pussy.
Well, I mean, yeah, you know how things are. Everybody is super influenced by everything because it's just always in our faces. But like, you have to know how to interpret these songs. You know what I mean? You can't listen to a song and be like, oh my God, I want to be just like that guy. I want to do that. And that's what art is. You have to interpret it and you have your own meaning for it. And that's the whole point.
Yeah.
But that's again lost.
Yeah.
Lost in these days. But anyway, T.I. kind of had some more stuff to say, but he goes on to say, y'all are kind of different and take some getting used to. So, and he says, as the elders got to understand, their success justifies the change. The numbers don't lie. Can't hate on that. So he's basically just saying, oh, people like it, so keep doing it.
Yeah, bro. Like keep doing whatever the fuck you're doing. don't you know what I mean? What you go? Just tell your parents you love them before you pass away from dying of overdose. That's it.
That's all we're saying. You can make the music you want to make.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But we're just putting a warning out.
Yeah.
I know these past 2 episodes have been a lot about this drug
it has.
shit.
We're sorry.
But
We're sorry.
It's what's out there.
It is,
right
man.
now.
Like I said, do whatever you want. I'll probably still listen to it.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because we know how to listen to it.
Yeah.
And we understand that we're not going to fall into that by listening to it.
Yeah.
See, it goes both ways.
It dead ass does. Ask
ways.
this man. I listen to some of the fucking music he hates listening to. And it's all these niggas I'm talking about right now. You know what I mean? But like I said, it ain't nothing. Just kiss your mother goodbye. Yeah. You will die. I'm sorry to be like that. You will die.
Moving on into some more comments, this time made by Post Malone.
Mm-hmm.
Post Malone had an interview where he came out and said this. Now, I'm not going to use the short little quote that everyone else is using because I feel like it's kind of taken out of context. This puts it a little bit more in context. But anyway, here we go. This is what he had to say. If you're looking for lyrics, if you're looking to cry, if you're looking to think about life, don't listen to hip-hop. There's great hip-hop songs where they talk about life and they spit that real shit, but right now, there's not a lot of people talking about real shit. Whenever I want to cry, whenever I want to sit down and have a nice cry, I'll listen to some Bob Dylan.
Yo, I fucking love Post Malone.
I really do too as a person, man. He you know what I mean?
Yo, he's mad cool.
He's super honest.
Yeah, he's funny as shit.
But anyway, I mean, that people are kind of going crazy over that comment, and I don't see really the big deal because he's being honest. And honestly, I feel like he's talking about his own music.
Yeah, that's what. When you told me that, I'm like, he's one of those guys. You know what I mean? He's not. He doesn't make inspirational music.
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing against him. I love his music. I listen to it all.
Yeah, and he knows that.
Yeah.
And that's why I like him, because he understands that that's what he's doing. You know what I mean? He's making music for the mass population. Catchy songs, hit songs.
Yeah.
That's Post Malone's purpose in the music industry, and he knows that. And that's why he said it. So I don't really see anything too controversial about this statement, but a lot of people do. They say it's like disrespecting, hip hop and then, real hip hop artists, whatever, people like Kendrick Lamar that are still around and doing that thing.
Kendrick Lamar doesn't make anybody cry though. I mean, he is he's the best rapper and speaks the most realist of shit, but you know what I mean?
He could, I guess, but I wouldn't see it.
In context of what Post Malone's saying, though, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's still right. Like I said, Kendrick, all-time great right now, all-time great. But
and that's why I said, that's why I wasn't going to use that short little quote.
Yes.
People are using it
as
a fucking story that it's taken out of context. And it's not what
And this is what
said.
we need you guys to stop doing. Taking little tiny things and running away with it. Learn the whole story. Be open-minded, man. You know what I mean? Look at all these rappers who we all, you always hear me talk about. I still listen to them. I try, I'm open-minded. I see some fucking fruity-colored hairs, and a bunch of rainbow dreads. Yeah, it's weird. I ain't into it, but fuck it. Look at the age we live in. You know what I mean? I gotta.
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
So you might as well just accept it.
Yeah.
And you live with it. So like that, like you just said, you see all these rainbow color hair people,
Mm-hmm.
and is maybe my first thought, like a little thought of judgment, like, oh, I don't know, I'm probably not gonna like this guy's music.
Yeah.
But I'm going to listen to it no matter what.
Yeah.
And have my own opinion on it. I'm not just
Absolutely.
gonna be like, all right, fuck you. You look weird.
No, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Like, how you think you come about listening to a man whose beginning of his name is XXX and has a song called "Fuck on Me"? You know what I mean? You gotta.
Yeah.
You got.
I hated the man.
You know
hated
what I mean?
him, and I grew to like some of his music. You know what I mean? You have to give people a chance.
I grew to like Famous Dex. I still don't like Famous Dex's music. So let me make that clear. So there's a few songs that I wouldn't probably change, but I won't sing along. But because he said the same shit. Remember with that Jay-Z album? He goes, if you're listen to some real shit, this is what you need to be listening to.
Oh yeah. Famous Dex talking about.
Yeah. So I got a lot of respect from him after that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, man. Like, I don't hate none of these dudes. Just be real. No, you know some shit. You know what I mean? And know what you're doing and the difference between what you did and what back in the day did. If people are talking shit about it, who cares? You're still making money. Don't worry about what the fuck other people like us are saying. You know what I mean, bro? You're making mad money. I salute you. I respect you. You making mad money. I respect any artist who I literally hate who makes, they're out there making money, bro.
Yeah, I mean, they did something right. You know what I mean? That's the whole point.
I'm not a hater. I just
have
have opinions.
But exactly. Take them or leave them.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck off if you don't like them. But moving on, it is Wednesday. We got a little Florida news to get into before we get out of here. But
speaking of mans,
guess who it is? It's good old XXXTENTACION. Now says his fans are no longer a fan base. They're a cult.
They're a cult.
Now they've got a cult going on.
It's a cult.
It is a cult. Those are his words. And I'm going to read what he said. I'm going to stop calling you guys fans. I'm going to start calling you members of my cult. This is a cult, not a fan base. This is far more genuine than a fan base. I think X needs to look up what the word genuine means.
Mm-hmm. And what cult and fan base means.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing less genuine than a cult following.
And just in case we got, I know we got some young people. There's a lot of young followers. A cult. There was a man called Jim Jones, not the rapper, but there was a man. There was a man called Jim Jones years ago who had a cult, and everyone thought it was a close fan base. And
very genuine.
Yeah, very genuine fan base he had. He killed a whole community. He died himself with it. He killed himself with it. But that it was just to let you know what a fan base is and a cult. Like, not saying he's about to give you guys some juice. I'm not incriminating nobody.
We're not saying he's fixing up some old mystery juice and he's gonna have you drink it.
But don't drink anything he gives you. If you're in a cult with him, don't drink anything.
I find it baffling. You know what I mean? That's even a statement that you can make and be serious. It's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Now I understand if he maybe meant, because that's like a slang term now. Yeah. Oh, he's got a cult following. Yeah. It's not an actual cult.
And that's what makes different between us and other people. We're not stupid. We know he's not gonna try and feed everyone juices. That's gonna kill him.
No, I certainly fucking hope not. But yeah. So like, I don't know. That's just dumb to me. Really dumb. It's a dumb thing to say. X.
There's a lot of dumb things that X has been doing.
He is, and here's another statement that goes along with this, because this is obviously one of his long Instagram live fucking story rants. So what he does, I low key realize the previous generation really can be blamed for mad shit. Like we're out here about to start mad wars, do mad stupid shit, and you expect the kids not to retain this type of attitude, and you expect the kids to be on the same different shit when we're not teaching them to be. The only way to have a positive future is to learn to love. Love is compromise. Love is understanding. Love is basically finding the other option other than spreading hate, ideally.
What is it with everybody wanting to be such a fucking positive Gandhi person nowadays?
Well, I get it. I am one of them, in a sense. However, I don't overstep my boundaries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I know you have to understand what kind of influence you have over people. And you can either have a negative influence over people, or you can have a positive influence over people. There's one or the other.
Yeah.
There's no different. There's no other option there.
Yeah.
So, first, you have to understand your fan base, not your cult. You have to understand your fan base, what kind of fans you have, and the influence you can have over them. This is not the type of, I said this last episode, this is not the type of person that can talk, that can say shit like that at this point in time, especially with all the stuff that he's going through. No one is going to take you seriously.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't believe the case. I don't know anything about the case. I don't believe the case and everything like that with that whole shit he had going on with his ex-female. But before you can speak positivity, we do got to know for a fact that you didn't put a pitchfork in a bitch's pussy, which I'm sure you didn't. Like I said, I believe that you didn't. But you get what I mean right there, though, right?
But a lot of people don't.
Yeah, no.
A lot of people think you did.
Yeah, you know what I mean, right?
No, I understand you completely.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. You have to understand what you can say, and you know what I mean, without causing a whole fucking uproar.
I want to know what generation, cause like I said, I'm not old. I'm not old at all. I'm 26. Just if anyone wanted to know, but I definitely think of me in the early 1990s when I was born, 91. Anyone who was born after 1995, I'm sorry, like 95, 96. That I call that the new generation for some reason, because that's what I realized. Though it's all of these kids who are doing the whole weird color hair, which hey, I don't have a problem with the colored hair. That's what, but I'm saying,
what's in.
Those are the people who are doing that, dressing like women. You know what I mean, and everything like that. You're offended by everything. Everyone's offended by shit. Because my generation, like I said, early 90s, all of us when we were kids, this might not make sense. It's probably kind of going off track, but it was totally different. We had to do shit. These new kids don't have anything to do. There's no responsibilities. I don't see new kids
that's the thing.
doing shit.
But here, I hate to do that, like say that in such a solid term, because it's not true. Like it's not.
Obviously, it's not
it's
true.
Not
it's the
like,
majority.
No. But I feel like it's not the majority. It's the you know, the ones that are getting popular. It's these famous people, and that's part of why they're getting popular, because they're different. Like it's not I don't see kids walking home from school looking like fucking clowns. Like, you know what I mean? I don't.
No,
see
what? Really?
No, not like to their extent. You know what I mean? Have you ever seen somebody walking home on the side of the road with a trench coat on and like a spiked neck collar chain? Like dudes on the regular basis?
I don't pass by school zones a lot, but yeah.
I'm talking about majority. Because you just said the majority.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking not,
yeah,
bro. You're crazy.
I'm not crazy. Even when working at the bars and shit, I've seen
you're
trying
to tell me the majority of kids look like that.
The majority of kids after 1996, yes.
No,
yes.
That's 100% wrong. I don't see them. I don't see them. Where are they?
I don't know. Everywhere I see.
They maybe they're like there's groups of these people, but there's always been groups of like emo. Emo was around when we were in middle school, high school. That was big back then. We thought that was weird, but we what I mean, that was part of our generation still.
Yeah, that wasn't hip hop.
No, of course not. Of course it wasn't. No, I'm just speaking in general.
There's been people weird all throughout times and everything. I'm talking about in the hip hop scene. Like I said, now there's a bunch of weird like. I don't know. I'm not even trying to get into it like that.
No, but the whole point was just that I don't want to. I hate to make it so like point blank. Like these people are that and these people are that, because it's not like that. We know that. We grew up with a bunch of different types of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I wasn't trying to fucking box anybody in. I was just trying to literally say it's usually the kids born after 1996 like that. So all the weird shit. I'm sticking with what I say. 1996 kids and after, most of them are weird. Fuck if you don't like it.
No, it's fine. But yeah, I mean, now will you find that or that type of person in that generation more than ours? Yeah,
I think those are the people who are fucking shit up.
Wait,
but
what?
That's just me. I think that he said the past generation are the people who fuck shit up.
Yeah, I mean, to me that's just a complete deflection. He's blaming someone else for his own problems type of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
X is starting to be looking like he's just a big old fucking crybaby.
He really is.
He really is.
And
A lot of you
kinda
new
sad.
guys are fucking crybabies.
Just stick to making music, man. Just make music.
Hey,
do your job.
Don't tell
like,
them to
that's
do. No,
it.
no, that's right. You
That's
can't.
do
That's
it.
racist. You can't tell.
I don't get it.
Oh, because we got a voice, we can't use it. If it was me, bitch, no, I would. I'm just trying to make
Well, that's
money.
the thing.
I'm
That's
just
what
trying
I'm
to make
saying.
money.
You can use your voice, but that you don't have one. You don't have a voice because of all this crazy weird shit that you're doing.
Yeah,
that's all I'm
confirm
saying.
that this
That's all I'm
pitchfork was
saying.
never inside this girl's pussy.
That's it.
And then, bro, you could be Gandhi like
We're
all
le-
you fucking want.
We're leaving X at that
Mhm.
today.
Yeah.
Because I know we'll probably talk about him tomorrow. But before we get out of here, we do want to start a little new trend on Wednesday. We're going to let you know what music is releasing day after tomorrow, Friday, or basically tomorrow because they all come out at midnight.
Yes.
But Friday's releases, there's only got 2. We had a bunch last week. Hobson is actually coming out with something new called No Shame, and I'm super excited for Fabulous and Jadakiss joint project called Friday on Elm Street.
That does sound like it's going to be fucking raw.
I'm pretty, I'm excited for
I
that.
thought you were saying you were excited about Hobson. I'd say, are you still big on
I
cuz
mean,
like that?
I'll listen to it, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I don't get like super hype
No,
when he comes
yeah.
out with stuff now.
No.
But well, I guess I never really did. I did like him though. I still do.
Yeah, he's great. He's a good rapper.
But yeah, look out for that Fabulous Jadakiss. I'm a huge Jada fan, and Fab I haven't listened to in a long time, so we'll see what he brings.
Both these guys are not 2 of my highest guys, but this is like how I always go with people who I don't like. I always these are OGs. These what I mean, they're definitely gonna catch a listen for me, and I know there's gonna be songs on there that I like.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But we're gonna get the hell out of here.
Dye our hair green.
Yeah. As always, please subscribe to the channel and click on that bell button for notifications when we release new videos. And we do that every week. Follow us on all of our social media, Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud, and Twitter at Barhop Records, and go to barhoprecords.com for services and merchandise. Our personal social media is down below. If you would like to learn how to make some of Cardi's cinnamon cider slushies, click in the link in the description and the link's on the screen right now. Peace. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Happy fucking Thanksgiving. Almost forgot that one.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Whoa.
Whoa.